Okay, we're going to be testing a two-step soap process on this truck here. This one's not too dirty, but it does have some dirt, some bugs on it. Again, not too bad, but let's see what happens with the two-step. No scrubbing. Gonna start with the number 1 soap. That's your low pH. It has acidic properties. Then followed immediately by a number 2, which is your alkaline based detergent. Not going to rinse it off first. That would only dilute the product even more. Going to do number 1 followed by number 2. And then from there, gonna rinse it off. See how it looks. Now on the splitter valve, I turned number 1 off and then turned it to number 2. So this is a 50-foot hose. I still have about 50 feet of number 1 left into the lines. So I'm going to go over the truck just kind of briefly until I start seeing that number 2 with the chemical reaction. You'll see the dirt start falling off. Whatever is covered with number 1, make sure you cover it with the number 2 soap. You also don't want it to dry either. Don't let it sit in the sun too long. So from here, just go right to rinsing it off. Okay, it's had some time to dry here. Look it over. So using the two soaps, the number 1 and the number 2, being that they're on the opposite ends of the spectrum on the pH scale, you're basically neutralizing all the bonds that are on the surface of the vehicle. And that's allowing them to just rinse off. Eliminating all the positive and negative charges. That way you get the brushed, clean look, quick and easy, minimal effort. Okay, to look at the setup here on the pressure washer, this is the soap injector right here. Basically, it just clips onto the end of your pressure washer hose and goes right into the pressure washer, just with quick connect fittings. This, you have a little dial right here to adjust the dilution, concentration of the soap a little bit. This right here is the splitter valve, the Y splitter. This allows you to do number 1, turn number 2 off. That way you're spraying number 1 on, and then as soon as you're done with number 1, you just turn that one off, and then open up your second one for your number 2 soap. You just drop the line straight into the barrels. And on the pressure washer, or on the wand here, I should say, just your standard wand, but this is the trombone tip. So you have your large orifice right here and your smaller one. So this is your low pressure soap tip, and this one is your high pressure tip, like your standard white tip, your red tip you would have on your pressure washer. These ones are just, there we go, these ones are just fitting right into there. Basically what this does, instead of having to change out your tips, you just slide this rod back like that, and that's why it's called the trombone one. So when you slide it back, that opens up your large orifice tip, which is your soap injector, which creates the low pressure in your pressure washer line, which lets you draw soap up from your soap injector. So what you do is you spray number 1 on, spray number 2 on, close this one, high pressure, rinse it off.